Alright, hello there guys and welcome back to another Python tutorial. In this video we're going to be talking about um, recursive functions. And so these functions are ones that call themselves within their own function, and so they just repeat until a base case is reached. Obviously when they call a function, the number that is being passed in is changed, or whatever is being passed in is changed. So either being like a number being increased by one or decreased by one, sort of thing. So in this case, we're going to be doing factorials, which I'm not sure if you know what factorials are, but to bring up my calculator, factorial is when a number is like 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6, which is equal to 720. So the factorial of 6 is 720. It's all the numbers prior to that times by together. So all these numbers here times together equals 720. So in this case, we're going to start off with by defining variables, which is current underscore number, which is equal to 1. That's a number that's going to be getting, like, they're going to be the answer. So it's going to be the 720. It's going to be 1 times 1, and then like 2 times 2, and then the answer to 1 times 1 times 2, so 1 times 2, and then it's going to be 3 times 2, and then it's going to be 6 times 4, etc, etc, etc. And so factorial is equal to 1. That's going to be the number that's being times, so it's going to be getting increased by 1 every time it repeats, because this is going to be like the whatever times 1, whatever times 2, whatever times 3, whatever times 4, whatever times 5, whatever times 6, etc, etc. This is going to be that number. Then we've got a maximum, which is equal to 6 at this stage. This is going to be when it reaches that number, the maximum, that's when it stops. So now we're going to define the function recursive. And we're going to chuck in each of those functions. So factorial will go on first, just because that's one that I'm going to be changing, so I might as well put it at the front. Then current number, and then maximum. Alright. And now we're going to do the times, the number that's going to be changing every time. So current number is going to be equal to current number times by factorial. So this is going to be that current number times by the number that is being iterated or changed each time, increased each time. If factorial, so this is the number that's being increased each time, is equal to maximum, then it's, I need to put a colon there, is equal to that, then we return current number. So this is going to return current number if factorial is equal to 6 in this case. So factorial being increased by 1 every time once we finish this, obviously. It's obviously not being increased by anything at the moment. If factorial is less than, although this could be changed to just an else in this case, but if you're going to have more than one possibility, then in this case this is how you do it, and I'm not going to bother about doing an else statement when I might as well just do it this way. Recursive, and then we have to put in all of these because we kind of call all of these again, and this one here is going to be plus 1 because we're going to be increasing factorial by 1 each time it's called. So it's going to call, so it's going to come in first, it's going to call recursive, it's going to factorial is going to be equal to 1, it's going to run down to here, times it by that. Factorial is not equal to major, maximum, sorry. So it's going to run this thing, it's going to call a recursive again, but increase factorial by 1, so it's going to call it again and it's going to be equal to 2, it's going to do that again. Check if it's maximum, it's not maximum, so it's going to replace it again, it's going to be 3, etc. until it reaches maximum. So obviously I can set maximum to like 10,000, but that would usually take a long time to run. And so now what we need to do is we need to call this function. So I'm going to call it within a print statement due to the fact that I kind of want it to just print. That's all I'm using it for. Obviously you could use it within a variable or whatever if you wanted to calculate something, whatever. But there's no need for it in this case because we're just printing the factorial, which is going to be the current number. So current number is going to be the thing that's returned to this print statement in the end, and so it's going to print that. Now these if you watch my video on passing variables between functions, you'll know that these numbers here have to be the same, or these variables here have to be the same, although these ones here do not. The ones in the function definition and the print statement do not have to be the same, or the function call do not have to be the same, due to obviously anything. You can define them as different names, they just have to be in the same place in the function call. Alright, so if we go ahead and run this now, you'll see that it's equal to 720, and that's what we got with our calculator when we calculated 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 6. And so obviously the function works. There are many other applications for this, like drawing multiple of the same thing on an image, whatever. So I can show you some examples in a minute. Obviously for those I can't show you the code because they're related to my course, and I don't think the university would appreciate me showing their code and other assignments and stuff on the YouTube, internet, whatever. But I can show you the outcome of what it can look like, so I'll bring those up now. So in the first case we have this function here, which is we had an original, we had a square drawn, and then we just had to make it draw multiple, and so it just kind of jumped up each time, and we ended up with this. And so that's the first example I have. I only actually have two, but I can show you those. And here's the other example. Obviously they're like little snowman. We had to move them, make them, obviously it was drawn from this first one here, and then we had to make them draw next ones, making them smaller and smaller each time, and then we had to change colour and stuff as well, so change the colour of all of them, for example. And so that's what we use recursive functions for. Now obviously that's not necessary for you to do, like using it that complex in graphical interfaces and stuff, but they can be used for that sort of purpose. You can use it for calculating numbers, sort of like this, factorials, etc. Just to get variables, but obviously that's not necessary. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, obviously drop a like below so I know that you're enjoying the tutorial videos. If you have a suggestion on something you'd like to see me make, or see me do a tutorial on because you might not be sure on how to do it, obviously I do have some bigger projects that I'm working on. There is one at the moment that I'm going to be putting on the channel in a little bit. I just have to sort the code before I work out how to do do a video on it, because it's rather complex. Well, for me personally, other people could probably do it pretty easily, but yeah. But yeah, leave a comment down below if you have something you'd like to see me make or see me do a video on, and yeah, I hope to see you watching the next video. See ya.